the activity that I'd like to show you next is an activity to do with place value. And place value is incredibly important because it helps students to understand why we can only go up to 9 in each house, and to how our whole number system works, because we start with the pattern of ones, tens and hundreds in the units, and then ones, tens and hundreds in our thousands, and ones, tens and hundreds in our millions. And we actually go up and go up. And we also have that underneath our units where we actually have tenths and hundreds and thousands, etc. So it's really important. Now, what I've done is I've made a base plate using units with ones, tens and hundreds over here. I've got thousands with ones, tens and hundreds, and I've got millions with ones, tens and hundreds. And the importance of that is to show that patterning system for our students, and that they can actually manipulate and use this place value board to put down numbers, to pick up numbers, to work out where they're sitting, which helps them to understand which house they're in and how to say the name. Now, underneath that, I have the double numbers, and again, that's representing that anything coming after that is in the number system. And at the bottom of my base plate, I actually have a pile of numbers that students can use. And in this activity, we're not going to use those, but I have them there just in case. And I have seen on the Lego Braille bricks, on the maths one, there was some wonderful 3D place value systems that somebody had made, which was great. But you can also use Lego Technic and Wiki Sticks and those sorts of things to break up your house values. So that's really great. Now, I'm just going to move down to my base plate. And I'm going to show you a game that I play. Now, the reason that I want to show you this is because it's a game that I play with grade 6s very commonly in a classroom. And what the students have to do is that they have to actually roll the dice or take out some numbers, and they have to make the biggest number that they can in the place value system. So I'm actually just going to remove my millions for now, because we don't need that for this activity. And I'm going to, the students have 6 numbers in a bowl, and what they're going to be doing is they're going to actually try and put down the biggest number that they can make when these are random numbers. So they're not going to know what they are. And what it means is that they have to have an understanding that place value, the biggest number goes at the front. So thousands is bigger than ones. And so this would come after a lot of hands-on manipulatives and working out, using, manipulatives to understand what ones are in tens and hundreds. But this is a game, like I said, that I play in upper to middle primary, so about grade 6. And the students would be about 12 or 13 years. So the first one I picked out is a 3. And I know 3 is a reasonably small number. So I'm going to take a guess and put it around, I'm going to make that 3 tenths, which is 30. So that's the first one that I've actually put there. Okay, so the next one I've picked out is a 1. So I'm going to say that that is a small number, and I'm going to put it in my ones house. Now, I do risk, of course, getting a 0, and 0 is an interesting discussion. So 0 is one that you can put in at the beginning, or you can leave out until students are really confident. But 0 is a placeholder, and it means that there's nothing there. So if I put it in the ones house, it's small, but if I put it in the thousands, if I put it in 100,000s, it means my number is going to be significantly smaller. So it is something that you can decide to put in, or you can not. This one's a number 4. So again, I'm going to put it in our hundreds house and hope that I can keep getting some bigger numbers. Oh, another 4. Okay, well, we'll put that in our thousands units and see how we go. And now I've got an 8, and I'm going to think that that's a really big number. So I'm going to put that in my 100,000s. And then lastly, I have a 5. So I've now made the number 854,431. I think. Yes. A bit difficult reading it upside down, but anyway. So I have actually made the biggest number that I possibly can. And now students can actually, if they hadn't, they could rearrange it and see what the biggest number is that they could have made. You may have noticed that my board is on a stand, and this is just a little baseboard that I use. It's actually a tablet holder, an iPad holder that you can buy here in IKEA. But I find it really easy to sort of, it's a bit like a slope board for students and makes it a little bit easier for them. I could then rearrange this number and make a smaller number, the smallest number I possibly can, or I could get another 6 numbers and then I could work out which one was bigger and which one was smaller and use some comparison. So that's just a little activity with place value.